right, Chad, thanks for speaking with us. Tell us what you expect on June 13th, the hearing where the impartiality of Judge Walker will be questioned and decided.
Sure. Well, first and foremost, I think virtually every legal expert in the country, as well as most newspaper editorial boards, find the motion that the opposition has filed to be incredibly offensive, quite frankly surprising to come from them, and nothing but bigoted and discriminatory. But it shouldn't be a surprise, because if you look at the intervening defendants of Proposition 8, with the same people who are the proponents who put Proposition 8 on the ballot, Mr. Tam and others, and these are the views they hold. So at the end of the day, we probably shouldn't have been surprised that they filed such a motion. And we are before a very well-respected federal judge, and I expect that he will hear out both sides, and I hope will render a decision quickly.
How long do you think it might take for a decision?
I don't know. Sometimes these things can happen the same day. In fact, it could happen from the bench. They could happen days later or weeks later. This particular sideshow by the anti-marriage forces does not affect the appeal that's moving, that's already been heard before the Ninth Circuit, and the Supreme Court, hopefully in September, is hearing the question regarding standing. But that appeal keeps moving and is not delayed while our opposition engages in a sideshow of theatrics.
So September, is that when we might hear the next
I really
news?
Don't know. I don't want to pretend to guess. I certainly hope that the California Supreme Court will hear it in September and will render its decision quickly. It is a very simple question that was asked of the California Supreme Court. In fact, it was our hope and our desire that the California Supreme Court would have recognized the seriousness of this issue and the urgency and the number of people that are suffering and being harmed daily, and would have heard it prior to their summer vacation. But they indicated that they could hear it as early as September, and we do indeed hope that they will hear it early September and render a decision very quickly thereafter.
We've heard rumblings about efforts of getting the issue back in the 2012 ballot. Do you think that's worthwhile, or is it a waste of time until we have a decision from the appeals court?
Sure. Well, I would say a couple of things. First and foremost, I do not believe that one's fundamental human rights should ever be put up to a vote of the people. So I would not advocate for a ballot initiative under any circumstance here in this state again. I especially think that it would be foolish to move forward with a ballot initiative in this state, coming off of a phenomenal federal court victory less than a year ago, that hopefully we are very close to finalizing on appeal. And I think very soon, a few months down the road, we'll see Prop 8 wiped away. I understand everyone's impatience. I am perhaps the most impatient person there is on this issue, which is why we moved forward and filed the lawsuit that we did. But we've now won, and let's protect that victory and save that victory. I in fact, find it, I think it would be very, very unwise to go back to the ballot. Most people I know across this state feel the same.
Well, thank you, Chad.